All right, here we go. All I ask of you, truck, is to be there when I get back. All right, so far the trail's pretty easy going. It's pretty much a road. This place is cool. So this trail is a little over 5 miles, but I think I'm going to be able to do at least 2 miles an hour, especially if it's like this. You know, my typical pace that I plan for is a mile an hour, but that's for rugged hiking. And some places in the Whites it's a half mile an hour. But from what I read, this is a pretty easy trail. Might even be faster than that, but we'll see. I know I can run 5 miles in less than 45 minutes, so we'll see. I think it's going to get a little bit more challenging than this. All right, I'm warming up now. Had to shed a layer, but it's not hot. I think it's like 68 or around there. It's perfect weather. Still a little damp because big storm just came through, but cleared up for the weekend. This is a holiday weekend, 3-day weekend, so I'm out here on Friday hoping that everyone else that wants to come out here is going to come out here over the weekend. So this is wild. This looks like, I think the name of it is polypore mushroom or something like that. Could be very mistaken. I don't know much about mushrooms, but it looks like the type of tinder fungus mushroom that you see on birch trees, except for this is a hemlock, I think. Wow, look at that. That's cool. Totally wasn't expecting any of this. That's awesome. I love the streams up here. Just something different about the water in the White Mountains. I'm glad this area is like this because I really wanted to go to the Great Gulf Wilderness this weekend, but I thought I didn't have enough time. I wanted to do Mount Washington, but maybe next time. Hard to see, but that's the path. Very glad to have GPS. I feel like one of these trips I should just leave it off, use a map, and just use the GPS as a backup. Man, look at that. That is awesome. But the GPS certainly is handy. I went off trail back there a little bit. The trail crosses this river. It wasn't really clear back there, but looking back, there's the remains of the foundation of a bridge. But the trail looked like it kept going. And there was a couple other spots you could cross further down, but I don't know if it's a game trail or old trail or what. This dude just passed me. He must have been nearly 70, wearing a Run DMC shirt. Look, him and his wife. Good for them. Hope I'm still out here that age. Whew. Alright, I've been going at a pretty good clip. I think I'm going faster than 2 miles an hour right now. Trail's easy, but there's a lot of incline, and it's humid. It's wet out here, so I'm sweating. It's okay though. I love being next to this river. Look at that. Let me just see if I can adjust the weight balance for you, because it's overcast, but I think the camera's making it look a lot more gray, gloomy, overcast than it really is. There's some sun peeking through, and it's still a beautiful day. There was supposed to be rain today. I brought my poncho. I'm ready for the unexpected, but I think maybe just passing showers here and there and then clearing up tonight. Alright, I changed the white balance and finally took a pee break. Every time I was about to stop, oh, I didn't tie my shoe still. Damn it. Every time I was about to stop, I saw people. So I've seen 3 groups now. And there were 3 cars at the parking lot. But one of them came up behind me. So I don't know if she came in after me or came in from a different trail, but it's a good chance that that was all the people at that trailhead. There's another trailhead though that this connects to for a total of like a 10-mile loop, which is totally doable in a day. I think you hear a dog collar. Could probably slow down a little bit. I'm making such good time. I'm going pretty quickly because I'm excited. This is not focusing. Focus. Focus. So I stopped and put, I gotta learn to do this more. Stop and adjust when uncomfortable. Had sweat just coming down. So I put my bandana on. This is great. My wife got it for me. Thanks, Shelly. So there's a lesson I still haven't learned. I've carried 2 liters of water with me this whole hike so far. I mean, I'm drinking one of them, but still got that much in there. Meanwhile, I'm crossing water all the time. I mean, this whole trail follows this river, so you know, I think I'm being light with the Smart Water bottles. My super light filter, that's a gravity filter, but in situations like this, water's pretty heavy, and I want to drink as I'm hiking. I either have to carry a lot, or I have to stop periodically, set up the whole gravity feed system, filter, and I'm starting to realize the advantage of those instant filters where you can just fill it up, either the Grail where you just like push it down, it filters immediately, or the BeFree Squeeze thing where you just fill up the bag and you filter as you go, squeezing it into the, you know, as you drink it's filtered. I get it now. And next time I plan a trip that's a hike along a river, I'm gonna have one of those instead of carrying 2 liters of water with me. It's ridiculous. I've done that like every single time too. It's so much weight to carry. But everyone writes it off. Oh, it's not base weight. Yeah, you're still carrying it. Alright. Going up some more. I gotta say, the trail is fairly well marked, but it's not great. Okay, that's a climb. Here we go. Just got super quiet. I'm away from the river a bit, but the wind died down too, and some clouds came over. But the forest is just it's so quiet. I'm actually getting to the pond a little bit later, I think, than I first planned. I figured 3 o'clock. I think it's going to be a little bit later than that, but that's fine. I'm still making really good time. We're almost there. Do believe that is a moose track. If you can see it. Should be right about there. Boy, this weather keeps changing. Well, the clouds come and go basically, but it was looking really gloomy, ominous, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out, and this terrain changed really quickly. Lots of birch. I feel like I'm on top of something now. The wind picked up, and I'm trying to remind myself to slow down and look around. There's this I don't know if it's a moss or a a lichen or something. It's like it feels like a sponge, like a scrubber that you'd have in your kitchen. I have to remember to look this up when I get back. Yeah, so just trying to stop and take a deep breath every once in a while. I'm still super stressed out. I collected some birch bark, which is kind of ridiculous now that I look around, but you never know. So when you see good fire making materials, it's good to grab it. But it looks like that won't be an issue. I'd like to get some pitch, some pine pitch or something, because everything's super wet. There's a lot of punky wood on the ground. I don't see a lot of dry stuff. I don't know if it's going to be any better at the pond. Did I mention that a hurricane just came through here? Tropical storm or something? It was like 2 days of rain, so didn't even think about that. Oh, this is different. You know it would be a bitch? I read that this pond was mostly because of a beaver dam that had been reinforced, and they were talking about not maintaining it so that if it failed, which I think it was going to fail a few years ago, they were talking about just letting it fail and being natural. I mean, it is a wilderness area, right? So that would mean the pond goes away. Man, that would be a bummer, huh? Bring all this fishing gear. 'Cause I hope that's not what the pond used to be. I still need to get water. Well, let's keep going. This is just the tip anyway. Oh yeah, no. Just kidding. There's the pond. Wow. Wow. All right, let's go around to that other side and take a look at what the campsite looks like. Oh, this is beautiful. The air's changed a little bit. Somehow it seems drier, and there's a smell in the air. Moose poop? That's not the smell. It smells like a grass or something. I smelled it before, I can't quite place it. Some wild raspberries, I think. That looks like a blueberry plant, but I don't see any blueberries. wow. Oh, I just want to put my line in right over here. But I gotta see what the campsite situation is. And see how far it is, how long it takes me to go this far, because if I want to come back this way, let's see, it's 3:26. Let's see from here to potentially where camp is. Oh, this is a nice trail. Oh man. Look at that. That is awesome. I mean, you're right. You're right here. Oh. Wow. I see a lot of things for tackle to get snagged on. There's a lot of grass in the water right here. There's a lot of trees right near me. So maybe this isn't the spot. But I bet if I threw a worm in right over here, I'd get something. But yeah, spinnerbait's just gonna get all snagged up in there. Alright, let's see what else this pond has to offer. This is amazing. I mean, even if I don't even fish, it's just to sit here. Oh. The mountain breeze is coming. Clipping my front mic. Okay. I gotta move. I could stand here for the rest of the day. Okay then. If the shelter and sites are taken, then I need to go further to find a spot. So hopefully I'm the only one here. Man, I really hope so. That was no joke back there. That trail did not stay easy. Oh, it turned into like a scramble over boulders. I lost the trail a little bit. At one point, had to kind of scramble up because it's all rocky down near the pond. There's no way to get through, so it climbs up and through a bunch of boulders. Look at that. Here comes the clouds again. All right. Very odd. It's feeling like the forest is like I'm going further away from the pond now. The forest is kind of closing in. It's getting later in the day, so the sun's at a lower angle. But look at the difference with these evergreens everywhere. Sounds like a dog. Shelter is this way. Which way? Either way? Let's try this way. The wind is picking up a lot too. Damn. Oh. Looks like there's someone here. Alright, so there was definitely a woman camping over there, so there's another site, but it's above hers and it's pretty close, and I want to let her have her space and privacy, so she might be with someone, I don't know, but I saw her, only one person. But there's a bunch of game trails like on the other side, so there's no marked trails. I'm bushwhacking at this point. I just passed this clearing here that looks like it'd be a nice clearing. However, I feel like it's right in the middle of this path, and I don't want something to come running through my camp in the middle of the night, so I'm going to keep going a little bit further. At least I have some options over here. I believe I'm more than a quarter mile from where I need to be. I'm outside of that area, I think. This is starting to get a little bit less. Yeah, it's going to be tough to find a clearing in here. I might push through this just a little bit to see what it looks like, and then might have to go back to that other area, but man, really don't want to have to camp in that spot. That looks promising over there. And if I could do the hammock, a lot more options here, but just not confident enough to not have the tent set up. Oh, this isn't looking good. Maybe if I go back up and around. Alright, I need to bushwhack some more. Well, that's not what you want to see. That's a big pile of bear poop. Hey bear. Hey bear. Oh! This, what I thought was a clearing and nice soft moss is actually more like a bog. And that is moose poop. Wow. Yeah. I don't know which is more terrifying. Okay. Do I camp in the moose's bathroom? Or do I go back to the bear's bathroom? What will he choose? I'm really bummed. I don't see a lot of great wood for making a fire. I don't really see a lot of spots up here for making a fire. I got my stove. I'll eat, but wanted to show you. Oh boy. My fire making skills. It's enough dry pine stuff, pine branches and crap. Make a crackly fire tonight. And maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just make a little one in my stove. Alright. I saw one spot that I liked because it was kind of sheltered on one side with trees. What's this over here? This looks like it has potential. There's some dry wood here. This doesn't necessarily look like animals are coming through here. It's awful rocky. Ooh. I hope no critters are living in those rocks over there, right behind my tent. Here's something I always bring with me. This is a little toggle I carved out of some spalted maple, or could be birch, I don't remember. But I use this to hang up my backpack mostly. I just wrap this around the tree and hang my backpack from it. I go this way, there's going to be a hump right here. At least it's a soft hump. Oh man. I'm actually really excited to get into hammock camping because one of the things that's kind of annoying, I've gotten in the habit of not even bringing tent stakes with me. So setting up the tent, it's a bit windy. Sometimes it's an ordeal. Okay, I wanted to show you anyway. This is my wood processing kit, and super light. This is a Silky saw, the F180, that I took the handle, removed it from the handle, and I made my own handle. And this handle is carbon fiber, super light. Now it could have storage in it. I mean, it's got a storage area here, and I had a cap over it. I found that I didn't really need the storage, so and the cap weighs, you know, some grams, so I left that out. So this is my saw, and this is my axe. So I made a video a while back about using an aluminum spike to split wood, and since then I've made one out of a round bar. So it's like 3/4 inch diameter aluminum. This hole here is only for just removing some of the weight of it to try and make it, you know, even lighter weight. I think this is 70-75. It's got a bit of a sharp point, but it can't cut you. So so it's pretty safe. And I did hollow out the middle of it on my lathe, so it's hollow all the way down to about here. Again, just made basically to make it more lighter weight. And then I threaded a piece here to go on the back, just to kind of give it something to hit against, because there's not a lot of surface area here, and when you're hitting this, it'll bang up your hitting log more. So with this flatter surface, it's better. It's the only reason, again, you could put something in. You could store a ferro rod in here, and I actually made this so you could get a small 2-inch ferro rod, the threaded kind, the replacement ones. They're really cheap. You can find them everywhere. And this has the right threading on this, so you could screw it on there, and then you could even use the back of this blade to strike sparks. You could also put ferro rod inside this. You could put matches in there, whatever storage. I don't like having to like open this up and empty it out every time I'm using it, so I just leave it empty. But yeah, this works really good for splitting logs, even like really big ones. So don't see a lot of that kind of wood around here that we're going to be able to split. So and I don't know that we're going to actually, we don't really have a space to build a fire here, so no fire. We'll burn some twigs in the stove, cook our dinner, put a line in the water. But first, let's get the tent up, because that's kind of important. All right, so I got my saw so I can cut some wood, make some tent stakes. The sun is still pretty high in the sky, but it feels late. I wanted to get here so much earlier. I'm probably going to continue tomorrow around this side of the pond, since I've already, gone this far. Don't know if that's going to be, I'm going to have to bushwhack my way back. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but... And the other thing is, I really hope I don't run into a much nicer area to camp not far from this spot. This isn't too bad though. I like where the sun is in relation to the mountains. I'm on the side that's getting the sun, which is nice. So it should stay a little bit lighter on this side of the water for longer. I've got a pretty easy access to go down here. Man, I hope that's not like where all the animals go to drink. Yeah. One thing I always bring with me is length of cordage, and I've learned you don't need something very thick, and bright is good. So I'm going to extend the bottom pullouts of the tent aren't very long, and I got a tree. Instead of putting a peg in with a stick, I can tie it off to a tree over here, but I need it to be longer, so I'll just make a little rope. So I'm really glad I brought my stove, since I'm super hungry. I just want to eat. And the sun's not quite behind the mountains yet. Still got some time, but it gets dark with those clouds coming through. So let me show you this little cove. It's not really a cove, but it's kind of like a cove where I'm at. So if you look over there, past that little point there is the campsite. So they can't see me, I can't see them, whoever's over there. Yeah, and there's these nice rocks to sit on over here. So there's my fish and stuff, but I'm going to eat first, and it's pretty windy. I'm going to try and use this rock as kind of a windbreak. I don't know how well it's going to work. And use my alcohol stove, boil some water, and eat some food. I wish I had more time. I wish it was earlier. Feels like it's going to be bedtime before we know it. So here is my little alcohol burning stove. Ooh, it's windy. This is not going to be ideal. I don't know how this is going to work. Well, we're going to try. Veggie style, Mexican style veggie bowl, rice and beans. Just tell me how much water. Just add water. Yeah? How much? 2 cups. Oh, look at that. Sun came out. This is golden hour, magic hour, something. I don't know. It's really pretty. But I'm about to eat. Finally got the water boiled. It took a lot more alcohol, and it took 3 burns basically to get the 2 cups. It's just so much wind. So I'm gonna eat. I got my pole set up, but I didn't want to put a worm on it until I was done eating. Figured I'll finish my my Mexican beans and rice bowl. And last minute, I grabbed this before running out of the house. A few slices of hickory smoked cheddar. It's always a treat to have real cheese when you're camping. I don't know what it is about it, but. And I grabbed some tortilla chips. So. I didn't think I was going to be that hungry, but I am starving. It's a little bit chilly. It's not that cold, but the wind makes it cold, and I haven't eaten since earlier today. So, all right, I'm going to chow down and throw the line in a couple times, and that's pretty much it for the day. I've got my spoon that I carved. This was I think I got this piece of wood on another camping trip with my buddy Colin. This was birch. This was white birch. Yeah, I think. Tangy. Lots of lime. Oh, I always get chilled right when I start eating food. I don't know what it is. I get like way more chilled eating like a bowl of hot food than you were before. I don't know what it is. Your body adjusting to the digestion or something. So this has been fun, but not quite what I expected. I forgot how much work it is. It's been so long since I've been out, especially on my own. You gotta do everything yourself. So, it just takes time. I thought I would have a lot more time to kind of relax around camp, set up my hammock and try it out, fish for a couple hours. It's after 6 now, so it's the sun's just going past the mountains. Oh yeah, a real cheese makes it. Ugh. I thought I'd try this little rod that I brought with me. I like how it kind of packs down. It's really portable, but the shortness of it does limit the cast. But it's not too bad actually. But man, it's getting windy. Water's kind of warm for trout. Probably not super active. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I always thought after a big rainstorm, the fishing was never good. So if it rained up here for the past couple days, that means the fishing wouldn't be good. I don't know what I guess because a lot of bugs and worms can wash into the water and the fish eat, or I don't know. That's what I always thought though. I don't know where that came from. I'm glad I'm tired, and I think it's going to be an early night because otherwise it can be kind of tough to sit around a campsite without a fire. As the sun goes down, it gets dark and there's nothing to do. But I'll organize my stuff in the tent, take a look at my trip on the Gaia app that I tracked with. Wish it wasn't quite so windy. It's getting a little bit chilly. I brought a lot of clothes though, so last minute I grabbed my down puffy jacket thing, so I'm all set. I got a nice sleeping bag and a pad and everything, so I won't be cold. Yeah, so this site is less than ideal. It's pretty sloped, and there's a big hump right in the middle. It's too dark and too late for me to move it now, though. So I'm going to try and sleep anyway, with a little help from this. So I'm just going to relax. I've tried to kind of sort through my stuff, but it's kind of hard to maneuver in here. I keep sliding. Honestly, don't know what I'm going to look like when I wake up in the morning. I think it's raining. It's freaky. The wind is taking the... I need to put this down. Oh, so I got the... You probably can't see that. Yeah, my water filter's not working. It's kind of working, but it's so slow. So luckily I didn't have to filter any water today, and hopefully I can get some by the morning. Here's a little ultralight trick. I don't know if you can see this. But I have on here a little finger protector, finger cot or whatever it's called. It's just silicone. It's just like a little... I actually use this. I don't know, it's probably hard to see. Does that work? I actually use this to store the spare battery for this flashlight, and then I can put it on the end here, and turns it into a bit of a lantern, which is really nice. Well, here we are. This is uncomfortable. It really is. My back is arched over this hump. I guess it didn't look as bad when I was putting the tent down. But the bigger problem is that everything I'm wearing is slippery, and I'm laying on with a this ultra lightweight down sleeping bag that's on a slippery camping pad. Yeah. That's so much for sleeping like a log. I think the first time I move, I'm going to slide to the side of the tent. You know, the one thing that's working, I might just have to put some other stuff under me. I've got a bunch of stuff underneath the pad, my pack, to kind of elevate my head. And I got enough room in here. I think maybe if I just get situated and have a little bit more whiskey. The other thing, oh crap, where'd it go? Yeah. I always have dark chocolate and whiskey at the end of the day after camping, even though I know it's probably a bad idea. You're not supposed to have food in your tent, but I don't ever eat in my tent like, I'm pretty careful. I never understood the whole not sleeping with your food thing. I still don't do it. I've got a bear canister that's maybe 40 yards over that way. But it's like, you cook in your clothes, you eat in your clothes, you keep your clothes in your tent. Don't those smell like food? I guess the bears have a good enough nose to smell food leftovers versus like actual food. I'm not sure. I really don't know how it works. I don't think a bear would actually try and come in, not around here anyway, not habituated to people. I don't think they would try and actually come in a tent. I think a moose would see the tent and walk the other way. It's more the critters. I've had like a possum or a raccoon gnaw through my pack before when it was in the vestibule, so that's why I keep my pack in the tent itself. And I've heard like people saying, posting online and stuff like that they left their food bag at the corner of their tent and they woke up with a hole through the tent and a hole through the food bag where mice chewed through it. But I don't know where they're staying. I mean, I can't imagine a mouse would seek out in the middle of this wilderness here. I think that's probably more for like at shelters or more, populated campsites. I don't know. Logically, I don't think I should worry about animals, but there's always that little anxiety of, am I going to hear something in the middle of the night, and what is it going to be? This isn't too bad. If I sleep on my stomach, it's probably going to be better. Maybe on my side I can do it. Thinking I'm going to use the sleeping bag more as a top quilt. I think it's not going to be that cold that I need to be in the mummy, and I think that if I try and sleep zipped up in the sleeping bag, I'm going to slide all over the place, and then not going to be able to get back on the sleeping pad. So, yeah, here I am in the middle of the wilderness, next to a pond, not on a trail. bushwhacked to get here, and nobody knows where I am. I don't think. I think my satellite messenger is supposed to send messages about where I am, but I don't think it's working. Oh, where's that? There we go. Cheers.